Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, you already know. I got to let you know that this video is brought to you by Print Champs, big Print Champs in the building, bringing you everything you need to stay ahead of the curve, hurt season hats, all of that stuff. Use code Bully10 at checkout. Make sure you go out there and make it do what it do for sure, man. But yo, is it me or is the off season just messy for some reason, man? I don't know how to quite put my finger on it, but it's just so many things that make me think, you know what I mean, in terms of, like the moves that the Philadelphia Eagles making, potential rumors. I've gotten so good at this. I can tell you what's about to happen. You know what I mean? So the Philadelphia Eagles are expected to hire Denver Broncos defensive back coach Christian Parker. He will be reunited again with Fangio. I believe he was the last guy over there in Denver from the Fangio tree. He was actually under contract with the Denver Broncos, but, they gave the Philadelphia Eagles permission to hire him. And this guy is responsible for a couple guys eating, man. Let's read up a little bit real quick. Christian Parker, 32 years old. He interviewed for the Patriots and the Packers defensive coaching jobs this offseason. Defensive coordinator job this offseason. I'm sorry. He has been valued in Denver, working as the team's DBs coach under Fangio, Nathaniel Hackett, and Sean Payton, residing as the last Fangio assistant coach left this past season. Now, I want to point out, when new coaches come in, like Nathaniel Hackett, then you get Sean Payton and Fangio. Usually when new coaches come in, they bring in guys that they already know and guys that they already trust. The fact that these coaches decided to keep this guy, along, it just speaks volumes. You know what I mean? And I just wonder how guys who have stood the test of time, you know what I mean, as being like a defensive back coach, don't get a crack at a head coaching job. I mean, what am I missing here? Why hasn't this guy become a head coach? You know what I mean? But yeah, man, he was residing as the last Fangio assistant coach left this past season. Parker has overseen the likes of Justin Simmons, Patrick Surtian. Parker has coached the latter, now a two-time Pro Bowler, in Patrick Surtian, throughout his career. He also mentored rookie undrafted free agent slot corner Jaquan McMillan in 2023. Parker was under contract per Denver's Troy Rennick, who notes the team gave the Eagles permission to hire him. Now, additionally, the Eagles are also hiring Dolphins assistant Joe Kasper to be their safeties coach, a guy who Fangio just worked with last year. NFL.com's Cameron Wolf tweets, Fangio targeted Kasper, and the Eagles sent him an interview slip last week. Despite Fangio's, the veteran defensive coach's time in Miami will lead at least one staffer to follow him. This is a return trip for Kasper, who was a quality control assistant with the Eagles in 2021-2022. Fangio's consulting season helped lead Kasper to Miami, where he served as the safeties coach. So Kellen Moore and Fangio are bringing in guys who they believe in. This further just pushes the envelope on any situation that, Nick Sirianni will have any type of, control on the offensive side or the defensive side of the ball. Nick Sirianni is a CEO-style coach now. He is just a spokesperson. He will just speaking his truth through whatever we deem to believe. He'll just be a voice for Jeffrey Lurie, I guess, at this point. But getting this defensive back coach from Denver, I'm looking at this like in a multitude of different ways. This is a great hire. You know what I mean? This guy definitely has some brass, some skin, you know what I mean, in the game in terms of getting the best out of defensive backs, young guys, you know what I mean, especially. But, will this start the Patrick Surtain rumors to the Philadelphia Eagles? That's how I'm looking at this, man, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm not liking that I'm seeing, you know what I mean, in the media. The Philadelphia Eagles will be playing the first ever Friday opening week game in Brazil this year. I don't know who the opponent is going to be against, but I looked at the graphic for that, and I see Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, and Big Play Slay on a graphic. Where's A.J. Brown? You know what I mean? Is it being some subliminal messages that we might not know about as fans? Now, of course, A.J. Brown should be an Eagle for life. You know what I mean? He's breaking records every season he's been here, I believe. But, to not have A.J. Brown on that Brazil graphic You know what I mean? For the opening week, the opening game for the Philadelphia Eagles, you know what I mean? It's kind of fishy to me. Now you bring in the Denver Broncos defensive back coach, who I'm not going to say is responsible for Surtain's success, but Patrick Surtain definitely trusts this guy. You know what I'm saying? And you bring in Fangio, and it's just a lot of things are pointing to the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles are trying to get better on the back end. You know what I mean? We don't got a bunch of picks, but we're definitely looking at getting better on the back end side of the defense. You bring in the safety coach from Miami, who just was under Fangio. You know, what measures are the Philadelphia Eagles going to go to make sure we have solid defensive back play this year? You know, what measures would they go to? Because one would think that, you know, A.J. Brown and Patrick Surtain kind of cancel each other out. You know what I mean? If you look at it from that perspective, one would really think that. You know what I mean? Like Patrick Surtain is a lockdown cornerback. A.J. Brown is a bona fide number one wide receiver. But at the end of the day, what the Philadelphia Eagles have is Devontae Smith on a rookie deal. You know what I mean? So the ball is in the Eagles' court no matter which way they want to go. Of course, we would like to keep both of our wide receivers, but like realistically, and this is all theoretically, hypothetical, whatever, but are you really mad at a trade for A.J. Brown for Patrick Surtain? You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving my opinion. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing my rod into the pond. You know what I mean? I'm just getting the wheels moving. This is what you do in offseason. Are you really going to complain about having one of the best young cornerbacks in the game? You know what I'm saying? You're really going to complain about that if it's a head-up trade. You know what I mean? But hey, let me know, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about, you know, the Eagles making these moves. You know, how does it make you feel or whatever the case may be? Yeah, man, we continue to make moves, and I love it, man.